All right. So welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is Wednesday. And it being Wednesday, we will have Greenwich on, Sergeant Greenwich. He will join us. and we're going to talk a few things and take a few calls in that segment. And then, of course, we will get to Pastor John. It being Wednesday, of course, we're in the middle of the week here, and we're going to get into the headlines and everything. I see that in the main headline, in one of the newspapers or one of the sites that I use, which is, since Newsday has graced us with, their lack of presence by shutting down, we usually go with the Guardian headlines. All right, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. Yesterday, on the Fifth Officials, though, on the filming of the Fifth Officials, of course, the World Cup starts tomorrow. So, a lot of World Cup action, a lot of World Cup talk, and of course, we're going to throw that in when the World Cup starts. We'll have a lot of football to talk about. There's going to be a lot of places to take in the games. All Out will be one in the Oval there. They have a lot of activities going on for the World Cup, so you might want to check them out. Blazers will also have their World Cup games going on. They were doing some renovations there at Blazers, getting things ready for before Thursday. I was like, boy, I wonder if they'll get that done, boy, but I see the workmen working through the night. So everybody preparing for World Cup. And yesterday on the Fifth Officials, we had the pleasure of sitting and talking with Terry Fenwick. So that is coming tomorrow night at 8 p.m. On the Fifth Officials. We'll have the full show. He said a lot of things that I did not know as it relates to certain things going on with sport. In terms of like coaches' license and all these things, you know, that sometimes play a part in keeping us back in the whole aspect of progressing with sports and so on and so forth. And we know where we are with football. I did ask him if, Trinidad and Tobago, if we should have made the World Cup with the team that we had. And his answer was an outright no. And you're going to get all of that on the Fifth Officials tomorrow night. So look out for that right here on Synergy TV. Now, we're going to get into the paper this morning. And as we get in there, of course, today the government will go to the Parliament and they will extend, and I'm saying not try to or debate, they will extend the SOE. Make up your mind that that will be extended. And the first headline that we want to look at is the 296 days. 296 days and counting, as the Prime Minister defends the move to extend the SOE, saying it is temporary but necessary compared to 25 years of violence. All right? So, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is defending a government's move to seek a 3-month extension of the state of emergency, insisting the measure is temporary but necessary to protect citizens from violent crime after what she described as decades of bloodshed and insecurity. And speaking ahead of today's parliamentary debate, where government is seeking what is essentially the second extension to its second SOE since coming into office, Persad-Bissessar argued that the country could not afford to return to the levels of violence experienced over the past quarter century, saying, quote, for about 25 years, the country has been tormented by violence, over 10,000 murders, over 20,000 reported rapes and sexual assaults, tens of thousands of robberies, beatings, and other violent acts. Little children and women beaten, raped, and brutally murdered. Men gunned down for not joining a gang or because they resisted extortion. The protection of law-abiding citizens, God-fearing citizens of this country from violent threats supersedes everything. These measures are temporary, but necessary because we can't have another violent 25 years. All right? And of course, the UNC administration has utilized constitutional emergency powers across 2 distinct periods since taking office in May of 2025, and the first nationwide SOE was declared on July 18th, 2025, and remained in effect for exactly 197 days until it officially expired on January 31st, 2026. And there was a brief period of normal policing at that point in time. And then, of course, there was a slight increase in murders. And that increase is what led to the second SOE being called. Okay? So we will see where that goes. And I guess the media will be out asking the population if they support it with the usual questions that they ask. No surprises there. Cabinet considers changes to curb PH taxi dependence. Now, like I said, you know, I really wanted to call Philip Alexander, but yesterday I more wanted to take the phone calls from the audience rather than get into a conversation with any minister. Because I know Philip, I mean, I was part of that candlelight movement, and part of the request, or one of the requests that we had, was the regularization of PH drivers. And now he's in government. He's in a position to drive that agenda and bring that change. Because he's the man that led it. Make no mistake about it, he's the first man went by Woodford Square and light a candle, and then people started to show up, and more people started to show up, and then you had vigils all over the country. The man started a movement that it cannot be denied, the power of the movement that he started, right? And in doing so, and being involved in it, I met a lot of interesting people during that period of time. I remember some interactions and conversations that I had with the late Inshan Ismail, right? Inshan invited me to his home. Went there, had a meal and thing, and we sat and we talked about a lot of little things that are going on in the country and so on and so forth. And you know, how do we bring that change, you know, that is needed, especially where crime was related at the time. And I remember having those discussions with him at his house. And I also remember meeting a lot of people. I met a lady who was a rape victim. She was like 14 years ago or some kind of thing so. And she was still traumatized 14 years down the road. You understand? And she was talking to me about it. So it brought out what that movement did in terms of all of the places that we went. And that was the first time that I ever spoke on a public platform. You know what I mean? I'd never got up on a podium and said anything in front of a crowd and that kind of thing. And I remember, you know, a lot of people were moved, and a lot of people believed that those changes would come, that we would bring that change with that movement. You understand? And then we delivered these signatures. We did what we had to do. And they did nothing. They came with some pepper spray thing that I don't even know what is going on with the pepper spray right now. I don't even know it's real. I don't, look, you know what happened? You know what happened? Chris, forget all them headline and them. Let me get, I want to call, let me call Philip. I'll go and call him quick before I, before I get to Greenwich. I'm forgetting the news and thing here. He in government now, and I really want to answer on this. And I know they have, well, at least, well, I'm not sure about the Senate. Well, not the Senate in today, but he might be free this morning. So let me see if I can get him on the line here. Just Gotta call him from a normal phone. Right? I'm going to give him a call. All right? I'm going to give him a call. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll call him on my normal phone. Because I'll tell you why. I remember Al-Rawi at the time standing up in Parliament and talking about you could go and light a candle and da-da-da-da-da, and it's a set of mama guy and while he talking that talk, when that was going on, all of them up under the new leader holding candlelight vigil up in Sawa. And everybody holding hand and singing Kumbaya. Look, you see me? I ain't able now. But I remember that it's now that I'm talking about it, and I remember the belief and the confidence that people had. When I met Sean Luke's mother, I remember meeting Sean Luke's mother, and she said, boys, watch your program, you know. And we stand up and we talk in a little corner for a while. You understand? And that lady explained me like how she feeling, what she going through, you know, since the loss of a child. And there were so many other people that I met during that period of time, man. And they all had a story. They all had a story. You understand what I'm saying? These weren't just people that came out to hear nobody talk. These were people who actually suffered at the hands of the criminal elements. People that were victims of crime. People who lost their loved one through crime and that kind of thing, you know. That's what it was, you know. And they would meet us and they would talk to us and they would tell us the story. And I remember we was in Arima, boy. We was in Arima, and a man come and tell a story, boy, a father, about his child, boy. Philip go remember the people and them name. My memory, I have bad memory. I can't even, wherever me and my mother talk 3 weeks ago, I just can't remember. So you know, my memory and all that, but I know he are retainers. He go remember the names and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? But Cabinet considers changes to curb PH taxi dependence. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa says Cabinet is considering measures aimed at improving public transportation services and reducing reliance on unregulated PH taxi drivers following growing public concern in the wake of the murder of 12-year-old Mercedes Lane. And I'm saying that public concern has been a while now. That has been some years now. You understand? We were there with Andrea Barrett. We were there. You understand? So those are some of the headlines in the paper. I ain't even going to waste my time, right, to go through anything else, because I really, I'm going to call him. We're 15 minutes past yours, 6 o'clock. I have Greenwich coming on at 6:30, but before I get to Greenwich, I'm going to take the break, fellas. Let me take the break, let me pay the commitments, and when I come back from those commitments, I'm really going to call him, because maybe I need to be reminded, right? So as we go to the break, let me just remind you about the Trinidad and Tobago Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited. So if you have ever considered a lucrative career in massage therapy, then call the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited, because they're enrolling students now for September 2026. You could learn from the experts of 40 years in the field. You could train for a job in the fastest growing industry in the world. And they are registered with the Ministry of Education, the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago as well, for a gate-funded massage diploma. And they're also registered with the National Training Agency to teach a cosmetology level 2 CVQ. So call now on 658-3907, or you could WhatsApp them on 4961111, or visit their website, www.ttcollegeofmassage.com. All right, make sure and check them out, okay? And also, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you about Chef Shraz. Chef has a couple courses. The International Creative Cuisine course will take place this weekend, so make sure and give him a call if you didn't yet. You might get in last minute, who knows? He may have some spaces available. But in July, on the 4th of July, he will have the Certificate in Culinary Arts program. And on the 13th and the 10th, the 13th of July and the 10th of August, he has the kids' summer cooking classes. So give him a call today on 3724639 or 7375097 and get registered today. All right? So with that, I'm going to take the first break. I'm going to get Philip on the line. I'll go and call him. And if I don't get through on the phone line, we'll just go straight to Greenwich. But I'll go and call him because I really, really need to talk to him about that because he's in government now. He could move the needle, right? So keep it right here. We come back after this.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
TT Bet Arena is your one-stop entertainment destination in Trinidad and Tobago. Bet on international sports with pre-game and live wagering, all with real-time odds. Enjoy live casino games, slot machines, plus American and English horse racing. With your phone or laptop, you can bet anytime, anywhere with fast, secure payments and TT dollars. Signing up is easy. Go to TT Bet.
Welcome to Antigua Mars. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mars. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to Mars, in my deadly.
Future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Cars, sports, careers, food. We men always talk about these things, but not about our health. Did you know that testosterone is responsible for muscle mass, strength, deep voice, healthy hair growth, and the sex drive? With low testosterone, we may not achieve our potential. The good news is that Jameson Power for Men is an excellent testosterone support. Take Jameson Power for Men and perform to your max. Jameson, here for your health.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
You will not deny that this is the maddest place on earth. And we go shout from the top of the mountains. This is the greatest place, our great escape. My favorite space, the maddest place on earth. Would you believe me when I tell you? Better you come and take a sample. A little bit is still a lot to handle, but you can find no other example. You need to fly down to the maddest place on earth. Can't tell no lie.
Hey conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're 24 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And during the break, because I can't afford to waste time this morning, right? Because we have Behind the Badge with Sergeant Greenwich coming up. I tried to call the minister during the break, but I didn't get any answer. The phone rang 4 times and then it went to voicemail. I will try him again at 7 o'clock when I finish with Behind the Badge. But somehow, some way, I'm going to get him this morning. I'm going to get him this morning, one way or the other, right? By hook or by crook. So, what we're going to do, we're going to proceed as planned with Behind the Badge, all right? Because I really wanted to switch things up there, you know. I came in with a whole planned show, but as I saw that headline with Cabinet, what was it? The Cabinet is considering changes to curb the PH tax independence. When I saw that headline, I was like, okay, because I know that is one of the things you're advocating for, right? Now, I ain't really get on to the headline to see how they plan to do it, but I know that we had put forward a plan as well, right? I know we had put forward a plan. So I'm going to get him on the phone line at 7 o'clock. Is Greenwich here? Huh? All right. So we have Sergeant Greenwich with us, and we're going to bring him in one time. So let's get him via Zoom. Yes? Good man. Greenwich, morning to you, man. You've been missing in action a little while. What's going on?
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm here, but not here at the same time.
All right, I hear you. Well, Greenwich, just a few things to talk about, and then we could accommodate some calls, of which I will have to kind of switch back over to my other device just now. Eh? Right. So, I'm going to do that one time, because when the time comes, they will tell me, you can switch over to the next device. Right. There's a whole switch going on here. But let's get into the conversation this morning, Greenwich. The government will go to the Parliament today to request another extension to the state of emergency, right? As a police officer, from a policing standpoint, given the current state of affairs, looking at the numbers in terms of the murder toll between, let's say, 22, 23, 24, which was the 3 highest, comparing that to last year and what is currently taking place this year, given the public maybe feelings towards another extension and everything else, including the business community, our international outlook with this continuous state of emergency, But from a policing standpoint, what are your thoughts on this? Is this necessary? Is it going to be, has the state of emergency, to your knowledge, been effective that we could say, yes, it is justified to extend it for the next 3 months?
Stefan, again, as a police officer, our focus is not on policy or the establishment of policy,
right,
but on the enforcement of policy, right? However, if I am to give a minimal opinion, if you watch the statistics with regard to homicides, they appear to be somewhat less than the previous years. So if we were to measure the effectiveness on the SOE based on that, I would say that it has been effective to some extent. But there ought to be a conversation on life after an SUE, impactfulness in terms of the causes of crime, what is causing people to revert to criminal activities and so on, the socioeconomic aspect, the psychosocial aspect. It must be holistic so that at some point when the SUE finally ends, we can move forward without seeing an increase in the homicides and so on in moving forward.
Well, here I want to ask you, because I threw this question out yesterday, but I don't think people, I mean, I don't know how people look at it. People have different views on it, but from a policing standpoint, how does the police look at, let's say, this particular state of emergency and say, look, this working and these extra powers that we are granted in this period is bearing fruit? Is it that we just look at the numbers? Is it the numbers and the numbers only in terms of the murder toll or the statistics? In terms of serious crime?
I don't think
or is it a combination?
I don't think it's reasonable
of
or
things that we looked
feasible.
at?
I don't think it's feasible for us to just look at that.
Okay.
Right? At the end of the day, state of emergency usually infringes on the constitutional rights of us as individuals.
Right.
Therefore, there's no way it can be a permanent fixture in terms of law enforcement. So there must be conversation, dialogue, and proactive planning as to what takes place upon the end of NSC, which it must come to an end at some point. Right? I think therein lies the conversation. It shouldn't be just about the stats and the maths and the graphs.
Right.
It ought to be on how do we ensure that when the SOE ends, there is some level of peace, trust and confidence in Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and a feeling of safety within Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, you know, that trust and confidence in the police service, I don't know how far it would have gone in terms of the initiative when the maxi taxi drivers, when they went on strike last week. Sorry I didn't get you on during that period of time, but the Commissioner of Police, the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of Homeland Security did activate the vehicles under, under their control, whether it be the TTPS maxis were sent out to lend assistance in traveling public, and then the Minister of Homeland Security took it another step the next day. He brought out Defense Force vehicles, ODPM vehicles, fire service vehicles, things like that. I thought that it was a good initiative that may have put the police in a more positive light than the negative light that has been shone on them over the last few months. And it's more initiatives like that, I guess, will get the public to gain confidence into the police service. But I've often said, and you know it too, that those gains are easily wiped away by one negative action coming out of the TTPS. So, how do you guys work towards eliminating those sort of negative,
The funny harsh reality is, as much as we do, There will be challenges, there would be errors. And I wanted a picture, if you will, a white sheet on a line, right? Perfectly laundered, right? The sun beating on it is brilliant. And there's one speck of dirt in the middle. As human beings, we would forget the entire white sheet, and somehow our focus and emphasis is always on that one speck of dirt. It's natural to do that, right? At the end of the day, any trying to be able to police service, from the inside looking out, there are a lot more good being done than when we get it wrong. But again, because of that one speck of dirt, it is human nature to be fixated on it. So we cannot be upset with the public when they in fact do so. However, we would continue to focus, as I said before, on the causes of crime, the social issues and so on. The Maxi Taxi initiative was in fact an example of us impacting on the social issue, because persons not being able to get home, all these things lead to other criminal activities based on their frustrations, based on their vulnerability to the criminal element and so on. Right. So yes, we were heralded heroes at that point. Right. But what happens when an error takes place? We'll continue to watch the one speck of dirt.
And what about the perception that police shouldn't investigate police? Because I've heard that cry that the police shouldn't be investigating the police. But internal affairs in the United States, aren't those people police?
Yes, they are.
Right. So people have been calling for, we want our internal affairs, but police can't investigate police, which tells me that they don't have an understanding that internal affairs is police.
Exactly.
That investigate police. So, and I mean, in
one
Trinidad,
of the challenges maybe, I think we would need to keep the public a little more abreast. I'm seeing our commissioner doing it as best as he can as to the progress of investigations involving police officers.
Okay. You think?
Right. I think if they know in a timely manner the progress of the investigation, how far we've reached, statements were taken and so on. I mean, not too much where we compromise the investigation itself. But just to let them know that we haven't forgotten the investigation and is ongoing. Right? It's the same thing I usually see with homicides. Right? The relatives of homicides don't really want to hear that, the relatives of victims of homicide don't really want to hear that the investigator have so many others to investigate. They wanted to keep in touch with them, and they need to feel that caring component that the police service ought to be given.
Okay. Now I just want to get into the other issue here that I want to bring forward to you. We had a 12-year-old girl who got into a vehicle and never made it home. Right? Her name was Mercedes Lane, and it has created quite a discussion. I see that the cabinet are considering changes as it relates to PH operators. I think that's long overdue. However, those sort of crimes, I said on radio, and I think I said it here yesterday, those sort of crimes are not about policing or the crime situation per se. Those sort of crimes are societal issues where we have people out here that just sick in the head, boy. Right? They're sick in the head. And I'm getting, well, you must realize by the tone of my voice, I don't start to get upset already. Because every time I think about it, I get upset. Right? And I get upset because of my belief. And maybe in your experience as a police officer, you might be able to confirm this, not maybe in all instances, but maybe in some. It is my belief that there are people who know, they know that either something ain't right with somebody, or they suspect somebody of something, or they actually know that somebody is into to doing certain things, and they say nothing. And if people want to doubt me with that, take a consideration to gang members and gangs. Because there are people in those communities, whether it's family, neighbor, cousin, auntie, nene, whoever, they know what these people into. They know that they're robbing in the night. They know that they're going to snatch a chain. They know that that boy is a killer. And they say nothing. Right? And when they say nothing, things like what happened to Mercedes Lane happens. Right? So I don't know, in your experience, is that the case? Am I wrong? Am I partially right? Because I believe that the community and members of a community or members of the population, we drop the ball with things like that. And part of that is because we're frightened to go to the police because some people don't want to trust the police.
I think there's an emotional component. Most of the people we see involved in criminal activities within our communities would in fact have been children. We saw them grow up. And there's that emotional factor. Yes, he's doing shippiness, but I don't want them to get in trouble. Right? And we tend to be very accommodative or empathetic towards these criminal elements. And it's not until it directly impacts us and our family members that we cry for justice. Right? But at the end of the day, what a community, what a nation is willing to tolerate will determine the impactfulness of its law enforcement and the daring, boldness, brassness of the criminals. Right? So we have to be mindful of that as well. What is amazing to me is, in hindsight and observation, we have had several incidents involving juveniles this year. Right? And I don't know if I am missing it. I don't know if I am focusing on the wrong social media platforms, but I'm yet to see some level of massive public outcry where these things are concerned. Right? These babies are
No, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss anything. There hasn't been any.
Right, but these babies are innocent. They weren't involved in anything, and in most instances, their demise was so heinous and I don't know how to describe it, Stefan, that we need to probably focus on the way and the legislation in which we utilize to protect our children. Right? In the United States, for example, they have an Amber Alert system. I don't know if you've ever heard about it.
No.
And I would have written something very lengthy on a platform with regards to us probably considering having an Amber Alert system in Trinidad, where once a child is missing, everyone receives some level of communication on the respective devices in a timely manner, indicating that this child is missing and a description of the child and so on. When it comes to these incidents involving children, time is your friend and time can also be your enemy.
Exactly.
So we need to find an avenue in which time could be an ally in terms of disseminating information nationwide.
Right. I would support a system like that because I believe that we need to step it up as it relates to things like that. I see people going missing almost every day. Every day somebody going missing in Trinidad and Tobago. Every day they see it on social media. This person gone missing. This person gone missing. They have a whole social media platform that is just share images of people that gone missing. You understand what I'm saying? And I think we need to step it up in terms of when these things happen, people get an alert on their phone. You know what I mean?
Nationwide alert.
The more eyes that you have. You go ahead.
Because time would be of the essence. If we were to watch the time frame in which most of these children have gone missing, with the exception of the child in Tobago, which was a few days.
Yeah.
It is within, I would say, 3 to 5, 6, 7 hour in window. So if we were able to minimize or maximize the way we could get the information out there, disseminate the information that this child is missing from this area and our description, it will assist the general population in helping with the search very early, right? Which could, one, deter persons who may have, may want to indulge in terms of hurting our children.
Right.
Because they are aware that we now have a system that is effective and rapid enough to ensure that they are caught in their tracks. Two, to ensure that if a child is in fact missing, we have a nationwide coverage in terms of the search.
Okay. All right. I want to open the phone line and take a few calls. So 622, 3277400. We're gonna take a few calls here. If you have any question for Greenwich, this is the time. Somebody's asking how many investigators does the police have?
I can't answer that question. Every division will have their own departments, and there are several departments in which the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have investigation arms and investigative arms. You have special branch, you have CID, you have homicide. All these units do in fact do some level of investigations.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Morning. Hello?
That's some caller. That's some. You're sounding a little distorted. Just some, eh? Hold on. We're gonna get that corrected. Right. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, morning. Well, to Sergeant Greenwich, the country, as we look all over the world and our country, policing is about law and order. And the police is supposed to enforce the law, and they have fallen down on the job for quite a long period of time. They're not enforcing the law. They're looking to make excuses about what the criminologists say, and this one say, and what the society say, and what about the religious bodies and the parenting and all kind of nonsense, when your job is simply to enforce the law. And you all are never on time. Forever never on time. We see something and we say things, and the police don't respond. And this is where we lost confidence in the police. And you continue to make excuses of all sorts of things. The issue of the child in Tobago, and this inform everybody to look for the child, has failed miserably. That Farley has come out and said it openly to everybody across the board. And the issue is whether we have a state of emergency or not, is that the police themselves have to do it. And if they break the law also, they should also face the brunt of the law. So my question to you is, when will the police get off their butts and hit the streets and start enforcing the law? I'll listen off it.
All right, no problem. Yeah, Greenwich, you heard that, right?
Yes, I heard him.
You heard it?
It is in fact unfortunate that he feels that way, and I understand the frustrations of the general public in terms of feeling that way. Stephen, we always come here, myself, Mr. Pitt, and we say where there's good, there's better, and of course, we in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service can do a better job, right? It is not a perfect organization, but we strive for perfection each and every time. Unfortunately, just like the rest of society, we may have one or two individuals who drop the ball and, of course, kick down the proverbial pan of milk. Right? But it doesn't stop us from picking it back up and continuing to do our jobs. Right? We can do better, and by the grace of God, we will do better.
Yeah, because I remember that Farley did say that. He said that he was not happy at all with the way that the police approached the investigation into Angelo Tobias in Tobago. But I'm going to take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning. Morning, Saji. How are you?
Morning.
Yeah, on the heels of that last caller, right, Saj? We all know that PH is illegal, and we allow it to continue, but that is only one aspect, because in order for they to get a taxi badge, they must have a clean CR, so to speak. And I know the government is doing things in relation to minor offenses and so on to clear the records, right? That is one thing. But on the other hand, right, why did the police, can you say, Greenwich, why did the police take so long to go visit the house of the accused? Number one. And if it is a rape, right, or rape, murder, whatever, why are we waiting to charge this person? Isn't there enough, haven't we gathered enough evidence thus far? You know? I'll listen again. Ophir, thank you.
All right, no problem. And I just want to ask as well on top of that, the jet ski incident in Tobago, the last I saw is that nobody has been charged yet with that. And that, I mean, the public will, okay, the thing is, you will read certain things in the news, right? And you will say, well, this seems to be a foregone conclusion. But that has been going on for a while now, and nobody's been charged, you know, with the death of the child in Tobago with the jet ski incident either. So the speed that these investigations run at, the, you know, that time frame, right? While you say that, you know, an investigation into a missing child, you have about a 5 to 6 hour window, the time frame for investigators to lay charges as well is equally important. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Saffron. With regards to the issue with the PH,
yeah.
Again, this morning I started off by saying sometimes being empathetic to things that are in fact unlawful can lead to our demise.
Right.
I think the whole of Trinidad and Tobago is fully aware that PH is in fact unlawful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But sometimes we sacrifice convenience for abiding by the law. And if at times, I'm not making an excuse, I'm not saying it happens, law enforcement decides to clamp down on PH, the usual rhetoric or the usual cliches here is so much crime in Lavantel, so much people killing, and all they focus on this little thing. The man that's trying to make an honest dollar. I don't know if he's making an honest dollar by doing something illegal.
Right.
Right? But you usually get that backlash from John Public, who sees these things as trivial and empathize with them until something happened. As you indicated about Andrea Barrett, it was the same situation then.
Yeah.
And we all jumped, we need to do something about PH. Then it subsided, and we began feeling empathetic to the PH drivers again. It's the same thing with these gentlemen who are on the highways, and they are demanding that they wipe your windscreen. They are doing illegal vending. When the police decides that, all right, it is time to treat with this, it is getting out of hand, we see the empathy of the public. And when things like this happen now, we are accused of not enforcing the law. So
right.
What it is we really want, we have to make our mind what we really want. With regards to the investigations, as I always say on this program, in the 90s, you could have had a suspect, detain him, and then look for evidence. Right?
Right.
The police service, the laws has since evolved. People know their rights more than ever before. Police run the risk of litigation in the courts. So, of course, we have to ensure that evidential-based policing takes place, which is before you must gather evidence, right, before detaining, interviewing this person, and then, of course, seeking the DPP's office to ensure that you have enough evidence to secure a conviction. The arrest of a suspect is only the first wrongs.
Right.
Right? You arrest him, but the ultimate goal is to ensure that he face justice is served by him being convicted by a court of law.
Okay. Understood. And I have a picture. Chris, check your phone. Yeah, as Greenwich mentioned, the the fellas wiping windshield and thing there. But let me take this call.
I deliberately mentioned that, Stefan, because there's an article this week on that as well.
I'm going to show a picture in a little bit. Morning, caller, go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
I don't send you the picture, Greenwich. Morning.
Yes, Stefan, morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
But tell the sergeant something, eh? Well, they really have to have some kind of thick skin to deal with people out there, you know, because everybody know what police are supposed to do and what government's supposed to do, but they know what to do in no one house, you know.
Oh, Lord of mercy, I tell you. Look when
So
you look at a call back and all this morning, you know, caller, go ahead.
So what I think the sergeant and them supposed to do is the people who like to talk, carry them on crime scene. Let us see a decompose. Let us see a fatal accident. Let us see things like that. and see what police have to see, and then function normal in society after.
Okay.
Until then, they yap. Watch me every time some people talk, I just want to buy dog food for them, because they only barking by, oh Lord.
All right, cool, man. No scene.
Stefan.
That's all. I'm going to take this one. I'll take this one and we'll get into that after. Morning.
Okay.
I think that was more statement than a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Stefan, morning, Mr. Greenwich. I would like to kind of ask, now I know you may not be able to express opinions in a certain manner here, Greenwich, but I want to know what might be the general opinion, not necessarily consensus, or your personal opinion as it might relate to parole. Because I am very two-mind about the introduction of parole, simply because although it is something that is practiced worldwide, in my opinion, it deprives somebody of justice. For example, if somebody busts Stefan Rees' head, God forbid, and they go to court and they get convicted, and the penalty is 1 year, but you're entitled to parole after 6 months, it means that Stefan is not getting justice. The person should be serving a year, but because they behave good, they getting off. They're going to come out after 6 months. So why you didn't behave good before? So this is what I want to find out. What is the general understanding, and how is the idea of parole being received either by you or by the police service or people you talk to, that kind of thing? I'll listen off it. Good morning.
All right, no problem. All right, now that's a question. So yeah, go ahead. Parole.
All right. I think what we're missing is the main purpose of the Trinidad and Tobago prison service, right? We are not focused anymore worldwide on punitive justice. We are focused, in fact, on restorative justice, because at the end of the day, we have identified that these people at some point will return to society, and unless there is a reconditioning of the mind, or they are able to see things differently or guided or so on. Remember, people commit crimes for many different reasons. Right. And again, if we don't start treating the causes of crime and seeking to recondition these person's minds and rehabilitate them, when they return to society, having attended the University of Criminality, which is our prisons, the convention center and so on, what would be the outcome if we do not have a restorative or a rehabilitative system? The parole system, I'm advises, is in place to ensure that there's some level of supervision while they are being reintegrated into society. Right? That combined with the overpopulation of our prisons, all the things we hear that go on in there, may be the best alternative to ensure that there's a human component that believes that this person can change. Yes, they would have made an error, but they can be rehabilitated and hope restored and reintegrated into society as a better person.
All right, let me take this final one here very quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hi, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just interested with this recruitment of 2,000 officers in ETTPS. I know they rotate officers in various divisions in different charge rooms and whatever. I think they need to do some rotation in that recruitment section by now. The recruitment sections cannot stay how it is, as it is.
Okay.
Staff need to be relocated. Another thing I want to ask the Sarge. Sarge, what do you all do when officers need to report to work for a certain shift and they always come in about 2-3 hours late? Some officers, the productivity in the police service needs to be stepped up. Officers come in to work 2 and 3 hours late every day. And the officers who have to come off a shift have to wait until those officers come in. That is unfair. And this has been going on. This is a pandemic in this TTPS. You all wouldn't like to admit it, but it's a fact. And I think you should do something about it. Thanks.
All right, no problem. Greenwich?
Yes, Stefan. We do have a performance management appraisal system. we do have avenues in which the discipline officers who may be appearing to, for want of a better term, slacking off. Again, these things speak of what we call progressive discipline. So in the first instance, nothing may not be done. But at some point, once it's habitual, it will be addressed from a disciplinary perspective.
Right. But is there any, okay, that disciplinary perspective, is there anything that applies for those officers who may be late to work and things like that?
By all means, Stefan, it applies to late work, it applies to the late submission of files, it applies to excessive absenteeism, just like any other organization.
Okay.
These things are in place.
All right.
And just like everything else, of course, we have to ensure that they're enforced.
Okay. Just finally here, guys, put up the picture for me. The picture I sent you, Chris. As you was talking about the roadside thing now, with the men that wiping windscreen and thing now, and you know, the police come out and say, well, you know, the trouble in the man in China make honest dollar. Somebody sent me this picture yesterday on the highway where a vendor, well, it looked like they opened up a mini mart right on the median, right? So, this is illegal, of course.
So, Stefan, again, what we allow is what will continue, right? And the more we empathize with unlawful and criminal behaviors, the more brazen face and bold. And this is a clear example of that we will become. So at the end of the day, at some point, we need to focus and emphasize on zero tolerance for all offenses, right? To get us back where we need to be as a society.
Wow. I thought it was a mini mart, the man open there. But yeah, but now it's illegal, it's dangerous too.
Yeah, Stefan, God forbid somebody should run into that and
yeah, they will say it's oppression and it's oppression, they're oppressing the people and the people that's out there making an honest dollar. And
right, and then have murderers to
know
deal with and have this one. It's the same thing with the ticket system. If you do not break the law, you do not have to worry about being penalized.
Right.
But when we do it, you hear about how many murders there were and we not focus on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so selectively as a society, we like to determine when the law is enforced, and that shouldn't be.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Greenwich, thanks a lot for your time. And
my pleasure, Stefan.
We'll chat again next week, man.
All right, you be safe.
Yeah,
enjoy
man.
the World Cup.
All right, you too. Yeah.
Put your back in.
All right, that's yeah. Right. Where's that?
Put your back in the World Cup.
My team not there, Italy.
Okay, all right.
Third straight World Cup.
Like everybody else.
No, but I am half Portuguese.
Okay, all right.
I will leave it at that. All right?
All right, good luck. Be safe.
Yeah, cool. All right, people, so I'll tell you what, that's Sergeant Greenwich on the inside. It was always good chatting with him. And yes, my team is not there. It is the third straight World Cup that Italy has not made it to the World Cup. And we have the second most among the World Cups with 4. I think Germany have 4 too. But boy, I don't know what's going on with Italian. I don't know what's going on. Nevertheless, like I said, I'm half Portuguese. So that's where I'll put my money. All right? As we go to the break, I want to remind you about Keolic. We have the Keolic range of products backed by science with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, all made from the aged garlic extract. And the products in the Keolic range include the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, the Keo Green powder drink mix, and the probiotics. So, where do you find it? At pharmacies or health stores across the country. And for more information, you could WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. So keep it right here on Synergy TV, Breaking Dawn, #1 morning show in Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning to all of you watching us regionally. We will be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and St. Lucia soon enough as we start, or not start, but as the tour resumes very soon at the end of this month into next month. So look out for us up the islands, all right? And for now, we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, I will see if I get the minister on the line because I really want to have a conversation with him on that. And then we have Pastor John to wrap things up this morning. So don't go anywhere. Breaking On continues after this.
Welcome to Sembrano's Learning Academy. We are more than just a preschool. We are a family-oriented early childhood center where children are loved, nurtured, and inspired to grow. We'd like to think of ourselves as a safe space. From the moment a family joins our community, our hope is that they feel welcomed, safe, secured, and truly at home. By cultivating positive partnership, education becomes a journey best traveled together. We understand that every child is unique with their own strengths, interests, personality, and learning styles. That is why we believe every child has potential, and our role is to nurture their curiosity, confidence, independence, and love of learning so that they can thrive both in school and life. Using meaningful experiences, hands-on explorations, and proven educational practices, we create and develop a genuine love for learning. Our goal is to help children become confident, capable, independent learners who are prepared for an ever-changing world. We focus on developing the whole child by supporting not only academic growth, but also social-emotional development, problem-solving skills, resilience, and character. Most importantly, we believe that when children feel valued, connected, and understood, they thrive. Enrollment is ongoing at this time. You can contact us at 689-1345. We invite you to experience the warm partnership and sense of belonging at Sembrano's Learning Academy.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career, Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be. Some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
At Adams Optical, We care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
You see the two always troubling you back there. No? All right. Correction. I said we'd be in St. We're not going to be in St. Vincent. We're in St. Lucia, then Barbados, then Antigua. Yes. Right. All right. So, yeah. So we won't be leaving until coming down more to the middle, to the end of July, Chris. All right? All right, Chris? You happy now? Anyway, as we get things rolling here, back to the action, and before we get back to it, let me just tell you about Setwayos Holistic Health Clinic. I've been trying to get Philip Edward Alexander on the phone. He has not answered. I'm trying. Setwayos Holistic Health Clinic. It's very easy. Stop managing a disease. You have the opportunity to reverse it naturally, all right? And you can book an appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out by calling or WhatsApping Set on 279-3935 or 761-1952. And if you're interested in this book, you are not sick, you are malnourished, you could pick it up at RIK bookstores nationwide, Nelson's in Tobago, and of course Amazon, or you could call him on any one of those two numbers there and you could order the book as well. All right, and it's a terrific read. You should try to pick it up and get a read in that and check it out. All right, so yeah, World Cup action is here. Greenwich asked me who I back in for the World Cup. I know, you know, somebody asked me the other day, somebody told me the other day, and I mentioned this on radio yesterday, you know, because I feel people just go mad, you know. They say, the person told me, say, Stefan, you know, Brazil is the greatest football nation of all time. And I had to disagree with that. And I told him you have to replace the word is with was. You understand? I think Brazilian fans really living on the past, eh? They're really living in the past. I think they have failed to realize that the rest of the world has caught up in football on a global level, international level. The English Premier League is the top league in the world. Serie A, La Liga, all of these. I mean, Spain. Spain has put out a star-studded team from from way back when, right? But, you know, I mean, I know we usually be mesmerized with the Brazilian knockout thing. It's very interesting. Now, the reason why I said replace the word is with was is because you got to remember that over the decades, players would have been absorbed into European leagues, South American players, right? Whether it be Brazilians, Argentinians, South American players. They would have been absorbed into these other leagues, and I think the rest of the world caught up with them. So, because the question was, who's the biggest football team in the world? I said, none. I think everybody on a level playing field, because you have players coming from all these different countries playing in all these different leagues, and everybody kind of adapts, you know what I mean, to a certain style of football. So that is why, you know what I mean, I'm no disrespect to Brazil, you know, I've never been a Brazilian fan. No disrespect to Brazil, but I think they were the greatest footballing nation in the world. I mean, when is the last time anybody heard anything about Brazil? Except the fans. You understand? You have 5 World Cup. Italy have 4, and Italy didn't make the last 3 World Cup. Right? So, I mean, I would never say that Italy is the second greatest footballing nation in the world because we have 4 World Cups. I wouldn't say that. You understand? I just think that the playing field is level. People just forget that players like Eusebio from Portugal and and players of that caliber, you know, and Johan Cruyff and all them fellas who come out of Holland and think the Dutch have had star-studded teams. The greatest underachievers in the history of football is Holland. You know what I mean? But this World Cup is going to be very interesting because I think Mexico for sure. If you're going to take a bet, take Mexico to make the round of 32. Right? Or maybe even the round of 16. Depending on how the draw, go and look at the draw, because Mexico playing all of the group games in Mexico, and nobody don't really beat Mexico in the Azteca because of the high altitude. So Mexico, I can see Mexico getting into the round of 16, getting into the quarterfinals and thing. I don't know how far they could go there, but definitely the round of 16, I could see them getting there, right? Only because it's so many teams now. So out of that 32 that is going to come out of the group stage, you're going to get, you know what I mean, some teams that, you know, you don't get the creme de la creme then until the round of 16 and then the quarterfinals and so on and so forth. But I think this is going to be an interesting World Cup to pay attention to because Qatar, remember when that World Cup, the last World Cup that was in Qatar in 2022, remember that had a whole set of controversy over it? And there was all the issues of how they could take the World Cup to Qatar and the weather and the sun and the heat and wherever. And it turned out to be one of the best World Cups that or the best World Cup that we've ever seen, right? And remember, Jack Warner was tied up in a whole web of controversy as it relates to the bidding. And anyway, but they were proven they proved themselves that, yeah, Qatar was a good choice. So taking it back now and bringing it back to the CONCACAF zone and splitting it between the US, Canada, and Mexico, it's going to be interesting to see because the United States of America, I was telling somebody, I don't know how the United States of America has not adopted football. Well, they're calling it soccer, but I wouldn't refer to it as soccer. Football is the name of the game, right? I don't know why it's not more prominent in the US, because outside of the US, football is the biggest sport in the world. This is the biggest tournament in the world for any single sport, right? The FIFA World Cup. So it's going to be interesting. But I think when they held the World Cup in '94, they were still in the early days of getting into the football and that kind of thing, right? So I think now, given where they're at with the MLS League and so on and so forth, I think now that the World Cup is coming back to the US, there's going to get a little more attention from Americans based on the prominence of so many other leagues and players that have played in the MLS and, you know, kind of promoted the sport on a different level with high caliber players, albeit past their prime, but high caliber players, you know what I mean, getting into America and playing in the league and kind of bringing the sport up. All right, so it's going to be interesting to see that. That and the NBA playoffs will be happening at the same time as the New York Knicks take on the San Antonio Spurs. New York leading 2-1, so we'll see how that series goes. All right, back to the action here because I can't get Philip on the line. But the unions were out and about yesterday. Remember, it have 15 of them, eh? Look, Chef telling me he saw Egypt playing Brazil a few days ago. Egypt ain't looking bad. Well, that's a friendly, eh? Friendly is one thing. When you get on to the nitty-gritty of things, are a whole different, right? But, you know, I'm saying I think Portugal have a real good squad, right? As it relates to who they're going to meet in the final, England as well. England should have had more than one World Cup. That World Cup that they won in '66, they should have at least added 2 to that. But England's squad is rock solid. If England can't get it done this World Cup, I don't know when they will get it done. It is rock solid. They have a real solid team, right? So I'm waiting to see what goes on there. But it's going to be exciting. It ought to be exciting, yeah? So like I was saying, the unions were out yesterday. Of course, they have been clamoring for the removal of these 15 protest zones and things like that. And Crystal, the head of Chuta, was out at the forefront talking to the media yesterday. And they real antics with them, they pull measuring tape and all kind of thing. Run me the clip of the unions and then,
in relation to all the 15 zones with the leadership of Cuba, and the leadership of Cuba being absent within, we really can't speak to that. That's a fact. The leadership would decide to not be here, but we are on board. This 13 of us, we are here. There's no shift, there's no rift, there's no division. We are here to articulate something because if other persons are not doing it, we can't wait for them. We have to do what is necessary. Our members are here. They need their voices to be heard. People need to hear their voices. That is what the trade union movement is built upon. We're telling us about 500 meters and so on, and right? So every time we go somewhere, right? Every time we go somewhere, we have to work with our majority. Every time we have to work with our majority. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. This is Trinidad and Tobago. We are in democracy. We are accustomed to certain rights and freedoms. And why would our government want to take those rights away from us? We're not attacking the government. Let us be very clear. We said it on multiple occasions, yet some people have what you call selective hearing and selective memory. We are in no way trying to fight the government. We are in agreement with whatever measures they would put in place to maintain safety of the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. However, this particular move, we don't believe that it was the best move. We don't believe that it was the most well thought of because there was no dialogue, no communication. And in the absence of communication, then it's sometimes, just sometimes, you have the wrong decision being made. And we are willing, let us get together, let's discuss it, let's see if we can find a compromise and middle ground. Madam Prime Minister, you have the ability to chew through this matter. Allow us to meet. Show us that you are the Prime Minister, that everybody knows you to be. Let us meet as leaders of trade unions. Show that you are willing to meet with us and let us find a solution. Thank you for your time.
So he's saying you had to work with a measuring tape anywhere they go? Hey, the antics out here. Let me just make it clear. Let me make it clear. There is no, how can I put this? The government of Trinidad and Tobago, I'm making it clear for everybody that listening this morning, right? The government of Trinidad and Tobago has not or never on any occasion or time during this state of emergency say that you can't protest. They never say that once. Right? I will repeat that. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, at no point in time, in the 296 days of a state of emergency, and I know it's 296 because it's in the headline this morning, right? Not once in 296 days have they said you can't protest. What happened is they issued to the public, for public knowledge, 15 zones that are of high security risk that you ought not to gather in front of in large numbers. Okay? Now, whether or not we take that on face value and say, well, okay, we're under a state of emergency, and if this state of emergency, remember it was called because of threats and so on and so forth to public officials, right? If that is the case, and they're saying this, and you want to take it on that, fine. If not, you could just take it on just simple logic that, well, okay, you know, some of these locations, yeah, I could understand why you ought not to protest there. But the rest of the country is open for you to protest anywhere. Anywhere. You could go and stand up in the middle of the savannah and protest. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing is stopping you from doing that. The other thing is, I am a bit confused. Didn't Chuta get what they wanted? Chuta dealt with their negotiations and they get a percentage and then they come out and make a noise when they want to start getting paid with the increase. And the Prime Minister came in on Friday in the Parliament and said they're going to be coming back to the Parliament for $2.93 billion more to deal with those increase in salaries to ensure that public servants whose negotiations took place, right? Those negotiations took place with the increase in salaries, so now they could service those increased salaries with the extra money that they did not budget for in October. So his negotiation is over. His membership have got their increase. So I'm a bit confused as to why he out there. The others, if they still have outstanding wage negotiations and whatever, I could understand why they're out there, right? Because they want to get the negotiations dealt with, I see the steward in the background, whatever the case might be, right? But I'm a bit confused as to how he leading the charge. But nevertheless, let me see, how much time I have? It's 7:25? Let me see if I can squeeze about 2 or 3 calls, very quickly. I want to say good morning to Mr. Achong in New York, man. All right, yeah, 327-7400. And I mean, I don't think coming out with a measuring tape and all of that drama, you know. Anyway. Just now. This is something somebody sent me. Stefan, please hear this issue. Road users spent hours in traffic yesterday, including my daughter and I. The police must have more consideration for the traveling public. If you look at the video, you will see that they had absolutely no reason for blocking the highway, so that the public had to use one lane on the shoulder. This accident took place between 2 and 3 p.m. and up to 8 p.m. When I got through, it was still the same. While in the traffic jam, you can see blue lights passing you on the left and right. The police has absolutely no care, compassion, or sympathy for the general public. Too much productive time, fuel, stress, and anxiety is wasted. All right, I have to look at the video first. I haven't seen the video, but I will check it out. Hello, good morning.
Morning to you, Mr. Stefan.
Yes, I. Go ahead.
Mr. Stefan, I see you are kind of busy with the call and thing, but I want to just ask you, would you be able to talk about this SOE thing tomorrow, please, God, also?
If you'll be able to talk about it, what do you mean?
Yeah, like, you know how you put your things to speak about now?
Well, it depends. Well, I mean, they're taking it to the Parliament today. It's a foregone conclusion. They really don't need opposition support to pass it. they will extend it for 3 months because the intention is there. The Prime Minister has spoken, Sturge has spoken. You know, I mean, so you have two main members of the National Security Council who have spoken and said they will support the extension. So at the end of the day, it's going to be extended.
Yeah, but what I'm going to tell you now, I have something to say about this, but I can't say it today, right?
Well, you're welcome to call in tomorrow and say it. You're welcome to call in tomorrow and say it. No problem.
Right. I just want to tell you, you know when they first established the SOE in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Stefan?
Well, that would have been at the end of 2024.
No,
December.
I'm talking about when they first established it in 1976, the 21st of August.
Oh, you mean when? Okay,
1976.
all right, okay. I thought you meant when this
Right.
whole SOE things. All right.
Right, so I will talk something concerning that. Okay, thanks, sir.
All right, no problem. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what they're out there for. Like, what is all they want? It have a chief personnel officer. He will deal with that. Morning. You all have, as leaders, if it's a negotiation issue, then you deal with the chief personnel officer and you get to the negotiation table with them. Morning.
Pleasant good morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
For the last couple of days, I keep hearing you saying that protest is not necessary or sometimes it's unuseful. But sometimes you have to realize that throughout the past, right? The past makes what the history is today. Within the past, it have certain people make certain stands in order for we to make moves, make strides forward.
Right.
People like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, and it's only because people seeing the narrative keep changing. As I say, just like you, I would like to see what it is they would like to do. You understand? I do not like everything that the government doing right now, but it have certain things. You can't give everybody what they want at the same time, and everybody want a piece of pie now.
Yeah, but
that's impossible. That can't
right. But my point yesterday to the caller was that you have to what they protesting for and throwing the arms up in the air for cannot be compared to what Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela would have fought for. That is chalk and cheese.
I understand that.
Right,
I understand
yeah.
that perfectly.
I just wanted to
But
clarify
one
that,
thing-
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do understand that. But you see, their narrative, their protest and the protest now is two different things. If you understand what I'm saying, because in reality, right, like take into consideration what's going on here with the union and them. Them believe within their mindset that these are important places where the voices will be heard. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to protest any place else, and they're saying that this is what taking them away from them. And they're looking down to the future where they believe at the end of the day, this will now become a problem. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
The speech pattern will become a problem.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but let me ask you something. What they want to protest for?
But this would happen anyway, take it now because of bad communication.
No, you're saying that they are out there that they want to protest in front, they want the removal of these zones to protest for what? What is the purpose of the protest?
And now I'm telling you, because of bad communication between the government and the union leaders and the people in Trinidad and Tobago, this was about to happen because the government of today not communicating with the people properly and the way they should, people thinking that their voice is being silent.
Okay, all right. I will agree with you. I think their communication is poor. I have said that from the start. So I have no argument with you there. All right.
All right.
Yeah, man. I understand what he's saying. Right? I'll take this final caller here because we got to get to Pastor John. Morning.
Oh, good day.
I think the communication has not been on point. I'll agree with that.
Up to now, that man can't tell you what we talking about.
No, I'm just saying, you see what I'm saying, I understand what he's saying. He's saying there's a lack of communication between the government and the public that is making the public believe, including the unions, that the government is not listening to them. But my thing is this, right? my thing is simply this. You have to have an end game, right?
Yeah.
In anything that you're doing. So if you are going to protest for something, what are you protesting?
Yeah.
Are you coming out to protest for better working conditions and salaries for your workers? Okay, fine. However, there is a chief personnel officer to deal with your wage negotiations.
Exactly.
And if you're like the TTRNA and your last increase was in 2013, then what did you do for the last 12 to 13 years that you have not been at the negotiation table, or you have not been able to reach an agreement with the CPO on all those years that are piling up? So who does that fall on? Does that fall on the Prime Minister? Does that fall on the union leader? Does that fall on the CPO? Does that fall on the RHA? Does that fall on the Minister of Health? Who? You understand what I'm saying? In anything there is a process. So somebody, not somebody, either the process has failed or broken down, or we eliminated the process and we go in the process. Sorry, we are sidestepping the process and saying, let me go and make noise, and that makes sense.
And Stefan, one more thing, Stefan. I know you don't watch comments and things, right? These people on the comments say, I know you don't watch comments and things on YouTube now, right? When you really business what the people say, right? What them saying. Them people in the comments saying how you getting paid and how can I ship it in. You ever think so? Because
no, it's because I went and judged the corridor down in Separia for Indian arrival day, so I get paid now.
Don't study them with the shippiness. Don't study them with the shippiness. When in a time when they see the car comment, I wonder what they would do again.
We're going to do. It is what it is. That is part of the course. We're going to do.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
All right. So, we're going to stick up in right there. We're going to take the break and get to Pastor John because he has his Zoom at 8 o'clock. So, we've got to be on time with that. So, we will be back after this and Breaking On continues. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Antigua Boss. Them people have no behavior, and they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Boss. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to massive madadley.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to Antigua Boss. Them people have no behavior, and they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Boss. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to massive madadley. strictly welcome to Antigua Boss.
Purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleach flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Shiklisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
All right, so we're back, and we got Pastor John with us this morning. Pastor, out of New York, and of course, he's in the city where the madness took place, where the madness is taking place, with the playoffs, and I think Game 4 is tonight. Yes, sir. Game 4 is tonight. Game 4 of the NBA playoffs tonight in Madison Square Garden, famous arena of Madison Square Garden, and New York will look to go 3-1 up on the San Antonio Spurs. I know they're going to lose one at some point in time or the other. Here we go. Hey!
Go ahead.
But, hey,
I'm in the airport.
Oh, you looking like Trinidad Killer, so you're out in the cold.
I don't have much. Huh?
I say, looking like Trinidad Killer, you're out in the cold with a jacket and thing now. All right, cool, man. So in the airport.
The plane was cold, so I walked with the jacket.
All right, cool, man. So what we talking about this morning, man, from the airport? Which airport is Jeff?
I want to give everybody some homework so that the next couple of weeks I can teach on the secret of health is inside of you.
Okay.
And that secret inside of you is the NRF2. You can write it down so you can Google it. NRF2.
NRF2.
Which most people never heard of it. I can take a bet that most of your people on the job, maybe they hear about it, and if anybody hear about it before, he's a smart man, because he alone know about it. NRF1 and NAD. This is the proteins that next you see your medical doctor. Please ask the medical doctor what is it. You could Google it also, or go on AI and ask them, what is this inside of me, and how come you never tell me about this before? Or a lot of naturopathics don't tell people or educate the masses about this proteins that live inside of your body. And for example, you have high blood pressure.
the majority of people in the world cannot control the high blood pressure. They're eating good, they stop eating salt, they're eating everything. And the only thing that they forgot to do is to activate the nerve 2, nerve 1. Oh, did I get cut off?
No, you're going good, man.
Yeah. Your nerve 2, which is NRF2, and the nerve 1, NRF1. Next week, I'll go in details with each one of them, and the NAD. The NRF2 activates your own antioxidant enzyme, and when your antioxidant enzyme activates in your system, it could do a lot of wonders by restoring the immune system. If the diabetes or whatever you're sick with, you begin to heal yourself. The secret is inside of you. The NRF1 is, let's compare that you have security at all your borders and the security at your home, but you have no electricity. The NRF1 activates your mitochondria. Your mitochondria is what gives the whole entire body energy. People spend their life thinking about health. They talk about medication, they talk about diet, they exercise, and we think about supplement. I want to talk about the remarkable biological that are already working inside of you. The NAD restore your sirtuins. And that sirtuins get weaker as you go older. So when I talk about the activator and the sugar blocker, the activator is activating those proteins that sit dormant inside of your system. That's why it might sound complicated, but NRF2, you could Google it right now, and you can ask the Google to ask it anything. When it's dysfunctional, what takes place in your body, and if it's functionable, what the benefits it will give to your body. It belongs to you. Every human being have that healing power. That's how I get healed from cancer. If you want to get healed from diabetes, activate your NRF2.
For your safety,
I'm sorry about this noise in the background. NRF1 and the NAD. It may sound complicated, but it is simple. It just came yesterday. Every single human being was born with it. And together they help your body protect itself, produce energy, repair damage, adapt to stress, and maintain healthy function of aging. Somebody who have cancer, everything that they're doing, I don't care how much, whatever you try to do, unless you fix yourselves by activating your NRF2, NRF1, and NAD, you will always be struggling. This is sitting dormant. You got glaucoma. You get everything. All you need is the activator. The activator, the cells activator will activate. It will not heal you. It activates the NRF2, NRF1, and the NAD. And why I'm saying it to you loud? Because you may not believe me until you Google it and you start to read stuff and they want to say, hey, boy, I did not know that, boy. I did not know that thing. That thing, boy. And all kind of stuff you get on bad. And the real challenge today with people who is sick with chronic disease. Could you imagine high blood pressure? 116 million people in America have high blood pressure. Only 27 million could control it. So all these people buying meters, testing themselves in the morning, testing themselves lunchtime. You're like a rocket scientist buying all the foods. You change your diet. It's not going. People with diabetes, change the diet. They're taking insulin, they're taking medication, they're taking dietary supplements, and it's not happening until you activate your NRF2, NRF1, and NAD with the same product I'm talking about, the activator and the sugar blocker. That will help you. That's your biggest challenge today. So let me see, my time is running. I don't even look at time, yes. I might run out of time.
Still have a little 5 minutes, man. Don't frighten.
All right, let me list this here. Conditions such as heart disease, high blood pressure. The crying tongue is pressure. Crying tongue is high blood pressure. Type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, arthritis, obesity, kidney disease, cancer. These diseases often develop slowly, not over days, not over weeks, but over years and decades. So the question is why? The question is why? Looking beneath the symptoms, imagine, and this I'm going to finish with here right now. Imagine a tree. One person sees yellow leaves, another person sees dying branches. A third notice the fruit production declining. That's all symptoms, and we've been looking at symptoms for years. But a wise gardener asks, what's happening in the roots? Modern science is beginning to ask similar questions. Instead of focusing on the symptoms, researchers increasingly look at the root of the chronic sickness. And the root is your unhealthy cells, that the dysfunctional NAF2, NAF1, and NAD, when it's not functioning, all your cells are damaged. If you could fix it, you could fix your entire life. You could get your life back. My number is 516-286-7079. And statements made about products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, cure, or prevent any disease. Unless you have a question for me,
Yeah,
I gotta keep going.
Yeah, but I see in here there are genes, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Right, not Levi or Leah, is genes, as in cell, right? All right, so I'm seeing, some of their functions, like it's NRF2, you said, right? And NRF1.
Right, and NAD.
And NAD?
NAD, yes.
NAD.
NAD. Those are proteins, genes in the body needs to be activated. Every single person have it inside of them.
Right.
So the secret of getting healthy is to activate them.
Well, yeah, see that NAD here, repairing damaged DNA, supporting cellular health.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's why I'm giving the whole entire public
Right.
a whole week. Come back next week. You're going to have all kind of big questions for me because nobody never heard of it. And if you never heard of it, doctors, all of us know about it. It's just that we don't talk about it. And that is the root cause. Don't look at the leaves and the trees. Look at the root and see what's wrong with the root. If you fix the root, you will have good fruits. If you look at the NAD, the NRF1, and the NRF2,
Yes.
you repair them, you're repairing your cells, your genes, everything in the body, but it's how you activate it.
Yeah.
It's sitting dormant.
I'm seeing here that there are natural activators to it. I've seen a few things like broccoli and
Broccoli is one of the strongest things that activates your NF, but you will have to eat 700 pounds of broccoli to activate your NF2. But you should eat broccoli every day in your diet.
Okay.
When you have children with autism, you need to get them broccoli soup, all kind of stuff you need to feed them with. And bok choy.
So next week you're gonna get down into each of these.
Yes, and explain to you which each one of the names of these things and what they do and what they don't do, and why we have the activator that's synergistically blend together that will activate your proteins in the body that you have. Like people praying every day for God to heal them. Stop praying for God to heal you. Ask God to activate your NF1, NF2, and NAD. That's what you need to do because you already have it. He already give it to you.
Okay.
It's not, you have to go shopping for it. It belongs to you and it stays there because it will never die until you die. It's just dormant. Right. And it needs to be activated.
All right. Brilliant. well, people, you can contact Pastor John. It's 15162867079. Remember, it's a WhatsApp number. He's out in... Where are you at right now?
I'm at JFK Airport.
Oh, in JFK? All right,
I
cool.
walk, you can see the terminal. You see the terminal?
Yeah. Like, you know, come back from somewhere.
Yeah, I come back from Utah. Midnight flight. Red eye flight. And I can get to my studio on time, so I'm doing it from here.
All right, so you're going back into New York in the City of Madness tonight?
Madness tonight, yes, we have it live and
I heard it was...
I'm about 2 minutes from the garden.
Yeah, I saw the chaos night before for game
Real
3.
chaos. And the big man come down and make it even worse.
Well, yeah, I don't think he should have come. I agree with Steve Naismith. I don't think he should have come to New York for that game.
They beg him not to come and he still come.
Yeah, he should have never go. He should have never go. If I was in his shoes, I would not go. Because 1, the congestion, and 2, the Knicks, they must lose 1 at some point in time. So
I understand.
I want to go and I ain't going and then they lose 1 and I see the reason why. And then everybody say, well, why show up they lose 1?
The only one they lose when you come. I am praying that they win because I've been hurt for years upon years. I sat down 1999 in the garden. I see Patrick Ewing with the finger roll and the ball just roll out and we didn't get nothing. John Stark just clung over and over. Listen to me, girl. I've followed this team for years.
Yeah. You went.
Been hurt a lot.
So you have seen the Knicks play in the garden?
Yes, in the garden.
Just real quick here, what is that like, man? Because see,
the electricity in the garden is like nothing else.
Really?
The noise, everything, and everything is like, it's an experience that you have. Madison Square Garden, the mecca of sports.
Yeah, so it lives up to
all the stars, everybody's be there.
Yeah, I saw the price of some of those tickets, boy.
That might be similar looking at the IPL and seeing them stadium with them people in IPL.
Yeah.
They'll be full, packed to capacity.
Yeah, but
I want to go to a game in India.
To
see the IPL.
But I think Ole safe this. I think Ole have the matchup wise. I don't think Spurs could match you all. I think Tong's doing a terrific job on Wemby, and I think Jalen Brunson deserves it.
We just want to win. It's 1973.
Yeah.
The last time we got a ring.
Yeah. There's a big thing for New York. I don't even think people understand how big this is, you know. I don't think they understand how big it is. It's big for New York, for the city.
Listen, they got a party all week long when this thing finishes. You think Trinidad like Carnival? Them boy in Manhattan, they don't make joke.
Exactly. So I'm looking out to see how the thing go. I'll be watching game 4 tonight. All right, well, Pastor John, take it easy, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. So that's Pastor John on the inside there, and you know, he in New York, he's a New Yorker. And yeah, New York on the brink of it there. They just got to get over the line, you know. I think Brunson will get them there. I don't see them losing 2 straight in New York. Nah. I think they'll go back to San Antonio. They'll drop a game there, and then they'll come back game 6 in New York and close it off and celebrate. The celebrations will break out in New York. And that's how I see it happen. So it looked like New York in 6. For now, we will take the final break and come back with the birthdays. Don't go anywhere.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Let's get it started. I say, whoa yo, all folk come and take a jump and let we start it by the drum, let we start it by the drum. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Line it up, bring the shots and line it up. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Look at lights in the back, watch my canal in the front. Party on the road, there's a party on the roadway. Come let we party on the roadway. Take a jump and let we start it by the drum, let we start it by the drum. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Line it up, bring the shots and line it up. Party on the road, there's a party on the road. Look at lights in the back, watch my canal in the front. Party on the road, there's a party on the roadway. Come let me party on the road. So let me see your hands up in the air, wave them up in the band. People from everywhere, welcome to
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secure parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Hey, there's 2 clocks in the background, right? Anyway, but we got one birthday, so we're going to get to that one time. And here we go. Happy 6th birthday to Victoria Dawson, coming from Mommy and Daddy. They want you to know that they love you, and they want you to have a wonderful day, Princess. And they sent us right. The picture to the top is when she was 1 year, and she started to send the birthday greetings to the show. And now she's 6 years. Wow. Wow. Look at that, boy. Look at me. Look how bald I am. You see, I didn't shave that. I didn't cut my hair that day. Oh gosh! But I was slim then, eh? Yeah, but 6 years ago, look, we had the monitors to the back with Breaking Dawn. I was slim. I had only police jersey. This had to be a Wednesday. And yes. Wow. 6 years, eh, boy? Look at that, eh? I have been in people's lives for so long, eh? And we don't really, I doesn't get time to really absorb that, That when people tune in, even those on YouTube, even the ones who say are getting paid, we love you too. I had to figure out what I'm going to do with all that money, boy. Anyway, it's good. It's, sometimes you don't realize, when you sit down on television, or you're doing a show like this and you don't have a live audience then. Your audience is at home. You can't see them. And when you come out in the public and people see you and that's why I take pictures with everybody. Anybody that want to pick, I don't blank people and that kind of thing, so. Because that's that dedication, It's one thing to be dedicated to come out here to do the job. It's another thing to be dedicated to put on the TV or go up on YouTube and take in the show every day. We had to thank the dedicated viewers to that. I mean, you all have made us number 1 throughout the years. I don't know how much longer I have here, whether it be on television or on the earth. I don't know where that time that will end up. I don't know how much more time I have. That's up to God. But while I'm here, We'll keep it honest and entertaining, man. All right? So, tomorrow is the 11th. It is the start of the World Cup. And we'll see how the action plays out for the World Cup, man. I'll give you my picks on Friday, so look out for that. For now, we are out. Huh? Speed Winner World Cup Tour? Oh, God, boy. 10 speed at it again, boy. All right. How much tour you going to do, boy? And now he's singing a song. He's singing a World Cup song, too. Yeah, but real tour. Come now, man. We gone from Shakira to speed. Gosh, man. Where they go? Gosh. Keep our standard now, FIFA. Keep our standard now. Anyway, we are out. Best of luck to everybody and the teams in the World Cup. Best of luck to you guys today. Good luck to the New York Knicks tonight versus the San Antonio Spurs. I like Wembanyama. I think he's going to be one of the top 10 of all time, but he has time to win his titles. I think this season is Brunson. All right? So until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of the day. Tomorrow we have Mr. Ramkumar Narayan Singh coming on. We have Dr. Watson as well. So we have a packed second hour. And in the first hour, we will see how many calls we can accommodate on whatever issues pop up. All right? But enjoy the rest of your day. We out.